Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Tea Talk Tuesday with me, your hostess, Carrie Ford. It is good to be with you this morning. Peace be with you and in your homes, on your families, and all that you are about. Let me see. Let me get the comments turned back on here. All right. So, how is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? Good morning, Carrie. Oh, girl, I have been praying for you and for your uncle and everything that has been going on and your friendship and support. You've just been such a, you've just been awesome. Good morning, Facebook user. It just comes up as Facebook user. So whoever you are, cheers, good morning, and welcome. It is August 17th. Whew, this month's flying by. Today is a big day in the Ford household, very big day. Today is the day that we take our son to Arizona. We move him into the Northern Arizona University of Northern Arizona. So his move-in date is on Thursday. So we fly into Phoenix tonight and we stay the night in Phoenix. We drive to Flagstaff tomorrow, gather up all the things that the kid needs for a dorm room, move him in on Thursday, lots and lots of stuff. So good morning, Millie. Surprise. Were you the Facebook user? I don't know. It's always a surprise, right? And good morning, Cindy. Glad to be here with you. Libby, was somebody else going to be taking my day? I thought that was last week. Anyway, I don't know what is going on. Thought you were off today. We're off as in we fly out today. So I apologize if somebody prepared to be me today, and here I am. So good morning and welcome to all of the Midlife Mamas. Good to have you on here today as well. And for everyone that, of course, catches the replay, I always appreciate it. So this was literally the only thing left to drink out of that I could put something hot in this morning. Good vibes only, right? I'm like, I don't think Carrie's going to be able to have tea this morning or coffee, but tea, at least I can heat up some water, right? But I'm like, I have been living off of in plastic cups with plastic silverware and paper plates for the last couple of days since we started getting rid of all of our things, right? And we actually had one really funny moment. There were a lot of people in the house because we had an estate sale over the last, it was last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that was part of our, for those of you who don't know, of course, I feel like I talk about it all the time. It's part of our purging where we've gotten rid of about 80% of our belongings. And so we had this estate sale and it was steady there. My friends did such a great job putting up signs, and I had it all over Facebook, and so many of my Facebook friends shared it with their friends. So thank you if you are someone who shared it. We had a ton of traffic. And at one point, there were people helping us with the estate sale, and everyone was hungry. So I said, well, I need to use up food in this fridge. So why don't I just make up a bunch of eggs and we'll do like breakfast sandwiches, right? Only thing, the frying pan and spatula was in the sale. So I go in there and I'm just like, excuse me, I need to borrow this. I grabbed the frying pan, made up a vat of eggs, and then promptly washed the frying pan, put it back in the sale. Like that has been what my last, week has been like, right? So it has been an amazing journey, such a strange one. Our new apartment doesn't have any hot water, so we are still sleeping in our almost empty house. The only things left to go over really are our beds and some of our clothing. I shouldn't say the only things. There is still so much little stuff to be packed up that will be waiting for us when we get back from Arizona. And then the next day I go to Cleveland. And then Monday, all of it will be waiting for me. So good morning, Dottie. Thank you for hopping on. So I have a question for everybody this morning. What does it mean to you personally to walk on water? Okay, what does that mean? When you hear that walk on water, what do you think? What is it? What thoughts, words, phrase comes to mind when you hear that? Walk on water. While I wait for those comments to pour in, I'm going to drink some of my tea, which is going to stay warm a lot longer in this mug. So I should use this more often. So cheers. I'm going to wait for that answer. What does it mean to walk on water when you hear that? Oh, this is a good one. I needed this morning. So while you're bringing your comments in, as you know, I often put essential oils in my tea, and I think it has been one of the things that has helped to keep me healthy during this very stressful time of not eating great, not getting my workouts in, not a lot of balance in Carrie's life lately, but it's a season and I know that it's a short season, so I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it. But needing to do the things, not getting enough sleep, not eating right, not drinking enough water, so all those things. So I really do count on my essential oils to help keep me above the wellness line. So it's been good. All right, let's see. Donna says, trusting. Good morning, Donna. Donna says, trusting. Millie, trusting the Lord completely. Carrie, to have faith that Jesus won't let you drown in life. Those are awesome, awesome answers. Yes. For me, it's three things. To walk on water is three things. To step out in faith, right? Which is that trusting that a couple of you just mentioned. Number two, it is to be above the darkness and the depths, right? Because when you step out on the water, you really have no idea what is underneath you. And I know some of you probably you're snorkelers and you would love to snorkel and you would love to be among the, natural aquatic life that happens in the depths of the ocean. And that fascinates you. But others of you, it's terrifying to know that there's sharks and stingrays and jellyfish and man-o-war and whales and all the things with teeth and all of that lurking below you. It can be terrifying, right? And sometimes that's what life is like. It is terrifying to think, if I take this step, there's no handrail, there's no guide rail. There isn't even anything that the world would consider a solid platform for which to take a step, right? That's why they call it a leap of faith, right? You leap and you're not really sure where you're going to land, right? So stepping out of the boat and walking on water is that. And then also for me, number three, it is conquering my fears. So conquering fears, conquering doubts. But here's the thing about that. Good morning, Angela. That just popped up. Good morning, Angela. Here's the thing about conquering fears and doubts and stepping out in faith and trusting and to be above the darkness, trusting that you're not going to sink to the depths where it's petrifying and your life will be in danger, right? The thing about that is when you are stepping out in faith and you're doing that, it's because you're led there, right? It's because you know that is where God is calling you. I don't want to step out of the boat onto this on top of a scary darky. It's a new word, everyone. Darky. On this scary, dark sea, if it's not God that's calling me, right? I need to know that it's him, because if it's not him, I lack the confidence to get out, step on the water, and not sink, unless I know for sure that it is God calling me. And it was interesting to me because I was having a conversation with one of the people who have been working with us, had been helping us for the last week with the sale and the getting things organized, and then now cleaning it all up and packing it and taking what didn't sell and so on and so forth. And we were talking about how hard it can be to discern or to hear, to know the voice that you are listening to. So that gift of discernment, right? To know that it is God calling you to step out in faith. And so then you do it and you step out of the boat and you walk on the water because it is God leading you. But if you don't have a light shining on you, if you don't have that lighthouse, where no matter where you are along, the shore, you know where to go, you know where to head because the lighthouse is shining bright, right? If you don't have that, you risk stepping out and losing the security of your boat and then not having God there to keep you above the water, because he is the one who is the walker on water, right? And he's the one who, when you take his hand as you step out of the boat, you will not sink. And I know we've talked about this in various different ways, but it made me think about it for a couple of reasons this week. Number one, of course, Mary. Mary totally stepped out on faith. She knew, she had no doubt, the lighthouse that she was following, right? When the angel appeared to her and, and she's like, okay, I don't know what this is going to look like. I don't know how I'm going to deal with, the gossip and the people and what my family's going to think. And I don't know what's going to happen with Joseph. And I don't know where this is going to lead me. I mean, yes, I can give birth to God's son, but what does that actually mean? Like, how long do I get to have him as my child? Will I be able to keep him healthy? All of these questions that she must have had. And as we celebrated the Feast of the Assumption this last Sunday, there's that beautiful Magnificat, my soul proclaims your greatness, Lord. And when we step out of the boat and walk on water, that's our goal, to proclaim God's greatness. People should see us walking on water and have no doubt who we serve, who we love, who we worship, who we adore. And they should have no doubt. So that was the first thing that made me think of it. And then this desk, if you could see this desk, you would just laugh at me. There is such an incredible hodgepodge of things on this desk as I'm cleaning it out. This desk is going to Jessica's best friend. She's got her first apartment where she goes to college, so she's going to be doing that. So I'm cleaning out this desk, right? And I'm finding unusual things like this, and like essential oil bug repellent, which wasn't actually mine, and this, which I wasn't sure what it was, only to find out it is actually a portable charger. That's not so unusual, but a bucket of oranges perhaps is a little bit unusual. So there's a lot of unusual things on this desk right now. Protein coffee. I don't know. But anyway, among all of these odd things was this. And I'm going to hold it over here, so hopefully you can see it. But this was something that was given to me, calligraphied, by my very first unit leader when I was 18 years old. I had just joined the mission field and we were stationed in Texas. And somewhere at some point throughout this mission, I opened my Bible one day to do devotions, and this was in the Bible. And I just can't believe that I still have it after all of these years, that it survived any move that we made. I'm not even sure how it ended up in this desk, but it is Psalm 119. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light for my path. I tripped over that a little bit because I'm used to a slightly different verbiage. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light for my path, right? God's word, God calling us out to step and walk on the water. That's the lamp, the light that is going to light the path, so that when we step out, we know which way to go. What happens if you step out of the boat and it's complete darkness? You don't know whether to go to the right or to the left, or if you have stepped out on the other side of the boat. Like, this is important to know. So you have to have the light unto your path, right? He's the lamp for your feet, the lighthouse that is going to take you to where you need to go, the direction that you should go in. And when you are following that, you're not going to sink. You don't need to be scared. You can step out in faith. You can have confidence. You can be bold. You can do the things that most people don't do. Most people don't walk on water. They just don't. We have our doubts. We have our fears. We have all of the things in ULA. As an ULA life coach, we like to call them blockers, right? Fear is one of them. Doubt is another. Self-sabotage, comparing ourselves to other people, all of these different things. They are the things that will make you sink. And so to be a water walker, I want us all to be water walkers. To be water walkers, you have to know where you're going. If there's one thing I heard over and over and over again during the estate sale, people didn't understand what was going on, right? They thought for sure that whoever lived here had died. And many people walked around and they said, this is so sad. Seeing this person's life just here for everyone to just take a piece of. And I just listened, and, every once in a while I'd make a comment. But the fact that people thought it was so sad. And then when they heard the actual story, they were like, wait, this is your house? These are all your things? What are you doing? This is so strange. And I'm like, I'm a water walker. Like, and all this stuff is just weighing me down and it is causing me to sink, right? So I've been a water walker for a long time, but I've kind of been wading in that water where I'm not sinking, I'm not over my head, but there's times when my ankles are definitely under the water, making it a little bit harder to walk, or sometimes it's up to my knees and I'm, like it is when you're going through the snow and you can't really get through it very easily. And there's been times when it's been all the way up to here and I could barely breathe, much less see where I'm going. You know how it is when you're up on a cruise ship, you can see for miles when you're out on the water, but when you're actually in the water, you can barely see over the next crest or the next little wave that is in front of you. You just wait for that wave to lift you up so you can see a little bit further, right? And there have been times, many times, not even that long ago, where the water's been up to right here, barely breathe, right? A lot of the time, it's waist or lower deep. I'm trudging through. I'm still walking. I'm a water walker, Lord. I'm following you. That is my prayer constantly, that I will be able to follow him. Psalm 18, Lord, you light my lamp. God turns my darkness into light. Lord, you light my lamp. I want God to be my lighthouse so that not only can I walk on water, but I can run on water if that's what he wants me to do. Because no part of me is going to be under that water. It's going to be completely on top. And there's nothing biting at my ankles. I'm just running, right? So let's see. Millie says she was the first one out of the boat. She was. I never really thought of it that way, but yeah. Mary was the first one out of the boat, the first one to say, okay, you're my lighthouse, Lord. I'm going to follow you wherever you want me to go. Stepping out on faith. The first water walker. Somebody needs to create a graphic about that. Let's be water walkers. So today, as we take our son out to Arizona, and Friday when we come back, leave him there and say goodbye, I know that every parent who has ever taken their child to college is going to feel the feels that I'm going to feel. And I think for me, it's also the end of like an era, right? Kind of by our choosing. We will send him there, and he knows when he leaves here today that he's never coming back to this house, right? And our days are very numbered. I swam this morning before coffee conversation, which is rare for me to get up that early so that I can get a swim in before coming here with you, but lots to do today. And I thought to myself, this is probably one of the last, maybe I can get two, maybe three more swims in here, maybe. And it's a little bittersweet, right? And I was, as I was floating in there and doing my routine and listening to my worship music while I was doing it, I was praying and I said, just so much gratitude. Thank you so much, Lord, for this home. Thank you for this pool that has sustained me and gotten me through so much over the last 12 years that we've lived in this house. When I was nearly crippled, couldn't put my own socks on, couldn't stand for more than a half an hour without a brace, all of those things. It was the pool that helped me to get back to a place where I could be a water walker again. So a lot of beautiful things here. Yeah, Bill, you'll never walk on water if you don't get out of the boat. That is so true. So we have to be willing to get out of the boat. And when God calls, not to say, maybe later. I'll get you later, right? So it's this changing, we want to do things differently in our lives as a family. We are working very hard, Troy and I, at becoming debt-free. We want to be more available to our friends, to our children, our family. We want to be much more intentional with how we spend our time and what we do. And that was a big reason for selling this house and for moving on. And, when people heard that, first of all, they were like, wow, that sounds great. I could never do it. Wow, really? I don't know how you can get rid of all these things. And many people are like, are you sad? Are you sad yet? Are you sad yet? And of course, there's that part of me that is going to be like, but most of me is so excited for when I don't have all of this weighing me down, pulling my ankles under the water, my knees under the water, what God is going to be able to do, right? When I give him, I think of the disciples that don't take anything with you. I provide a place for the sparrows. I'll provide a place for you. Just go. And that's really where we're at. So, but always wanting to follow God. So my challenge for you this week, my friends, is to get rid of something that is holding you back in your life. It's a big challenge. It may not be something that you can do complete this week, but if there is something that is a stumbling block for you, maybe it's a thing, maybe it's a person, maybe it's an activity, maybe it's a television show or a habit, any of those things, if there is something that is holding you back from being a water walker, the way that you truly are called to be, I want to challenge you to get rid of it. Set it aside, cancel it, delete it, whatever you need to do, remove yourself from it, get it out of your existence, get it out of your life. That is my challenge. And if you do that, I would love for you to message me and let me know what it is that you are doing. If you feel comfortable, or when you've gotten rid of it, let me celebrate with you. Let's have a victory dance. Let's rejoice that you are able to walk above the water and follow God's calling. Today is 6 weeks since I submitted my book to the publisher. Oh, yes, we need to be praying for that. And Angela, thank you for praying for us, for our son. My big prayer, and I'd love for all of you parents out there, all of you watching, parents, grandparents, single people, if you would just pray for my son with me as a mama. God has got to be the one to take him over. He's a great human being, but he does need a lighthouse. And so I'm praying for his lighthouse out at college. I think probably every parent feels this way, but my son has been pretty anti-faith, anti-church lately, and that's okay. It's part of the journey, but I'm just praying for the lighthouse to find him out there, for him to find the lighthouse. God will be shining, I have no doubt, but he's got to find it. So he's got to be able to recognize it and see it and recognize it. So thank you for praying for that. So I just feel like it's appropriate to do My Lighthouse as our closing song today. Jesus, yes, your best friends. Millie, I love that. He's got a great group of friends here, but none of them are lighthouses at this point. I shouldn't say that. He does have some really, really great friends, but he is going out there alone, right? And I know that there are friends that have helped him to stay healthy and strong and positive and on the right path here. So I'm grateful for the friends that he has here. But I do pray for his best friends out there too. I think that's really important. So thank you for that, Millie. So we're going to continue to pray today for Carrie and her family and everything that's going on and the loss of her uncle and dealing with that. We're going to pray for continued healing for Ted, part of our coffee conversation, Faith in Real Life community. And let's pray for Millie and her book and all of the people that it is going to impact, and for the right publisher, for her best publisher to come her way. And Lord, gratefulness and gratitude for each and every person who's part of our community here, for our calling of outreach, that we will continue to share the ministry that is Faith in Real Life. For our upcoming Restore event. We have a live Restore event this weekend in Ohio, so I'm very excited about that. So Lord, just prepare the hearts of those people who will be coming right now. Prepare them. Have them invite another, right? That's how this happens. We have to invite. So thank you, Father, for inviting us to step out of the boat and onto the water. Be our lighthouse. In my wrestling and in my doubt, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise that you will carry me safe to shore. In the silence you won't let go. In my questions your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise you will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. I do love that song from Wren Collective, but I wanted to end today with the words to the song by Elevation Rhythm, Walk on Water, okay? Because this is our challenge, this is our charge, this is our goal. And the beginning of the song is so great because it says, I'd rather slip on water than spend a life wondering what if, Lord, right? So it says, I know I can make it because it is your voice that I heard. So I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out on your word, the word that is the lamp unto our feet, right? This is how you walk on water, one foot in front of the other. So take the challenge, figure out what is causing you to stumble, get it out of your life, and then just take one step, one foot in front of the other, after another, and you will be a water walker, and you will be going in the right direction, following your lighthouse. So I know I can make it. I have faith deeper than feelings. I know a name greater than all the others. So follow that. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Join Millie tomorrow for Wednesday Wisdom and Greg on Thursday. Not sure who's up on Friday. I think it's a podcast, right? Because we just had Dawn, I think. But yes, thank you for your prayers and for safe travel. And I'll keep you posted. So let's go walk on water, friends. Have a great day. God bless you.